You are a man. Shut the fuck up.
Nigga, do you got something you want to say?
Don't worry about me, I'm a god.
As a temporary group, it was no shocker that Kep1er would be returning with another project in order to get the most out of their contracts. But does this limitation of time hinder their visual identity? Troubleshooter follows after what I'd describe as a pretty mediocre run in terms of art direction. Piss poor ideas executed with equally terrible editing, all launchpad by a budget that's somehow barely above middle ground in Nuku standards. It's not a shocker that I was somewhat skeptical on if whatever came after their Japanese work would be competent in any way, but the first poster was proving to challenge my expectations and make me raise a brow. My first knowledge that Kep1er were even having a comeback was through my subscribers, who kept either DMing me or commenting about how similar it felt to the concept I gave them in my How to Save Cherry Bullet and Kep1er video. I wasn't sure what to expect, but once I seen it, I definitely agreed. Like one of their team members definitely saw my video and my work, and I was definitely on the mood board, girl. Their other eras don't even match up to this too. Like, yeah, I see the girls wanted the shprism print bad. For the first time, I found myself impressed. The promotional material released before the teasers are their best work to date, teasing while still maintaining a mystery as to what the concept photos will present. I'm loving the color palette of azure blue meets hot pink with hints of a pinkish purple in a retro futurism setting. Such an easy way to modernize it. Like, do you see how excited I was by noticing the little details? I think that's why when the midnight concept pictures came, I was a bit disappointed. I do appreciate this setting much more than what they offered for their debut, but once again, they aren't having enough fun with their own concept as much as they should. Like, I don't know, ladies. Maybe we should have just stuck to the shprism blueprint instead of veering off into NCT territory. And I am not mistaken in that comparison. I do think their creative director might have had stickers concept pictures on their mood board as well. Dig through them both for yourself. Sadly, in terms of the nightlife landscape photography, I do have to say Sticker beats theirs out by a long shot. Sticker utilizes neon colors, while Kep1er settles for an aesthetically pleasing yet still safe teal and orange combination. Still, this is not to say that this isn't impressive for Kep1er's standards. The money shot in this set is definitely Mashiro's. The stark light traveling against each door, the depth that the positioning gives the photo as she's the centerpiece. It's easily the most eye-catching. Other than Mashiro's though, the rest of the shots are your standard neatly packaged visual teasers in K-pop. Not bad, but could be a lot more for a group whose concept features the most beautiful landscape in nature, space. I didn't need to be bored much longer, thankfully, when Kep1er then released two separate sets of visual teasers, one labeled Who's Your Hero? And the other capturing pictures of various communication items. Yes, that does include the sunglasses, television and binoculars, as they could be seen as a form of visual communication or used as products to see something greater than the naked eye. It slightly annoyed me at first that the Who's Your Hero version featured keypad sounds rather than actual Morse code, as it would have made sense given the retro computer and the space elements, but when they followed up with flip phones for the next set, it made sense and I enjoyed their take on retro futurism. It was neat that all 18 videos was meant to convey a message and shows serious thought being put into the concept. It was very exciting to see, being that I felt Kep1er's work was often half-baked. Sunshine is brought into the concept when they introduced Daydream, which I would admit puzzled on its initial posting, but I've since excused it and rather think it deserves its spot in the concept set. Yes, it doesn't exactly match the concept, but I do understand what they were going for. It instantly reminded me of WJSN's Dreams Come True, and given the name of the set was Daydream, it's clear that they wanted to convey a softer look. It doesn't necessarily take away from the space concepts, as dreams and space have always had a connection in both spirituality and pop culture. Like, I enjoyed it way more than their previous bedroom photoshoot from debut that felt stale and cold. The warm, soft, hazy sunny feel of these photos alone stylistically gives Kep1er a fighting chance to establish their own look rather than feeling like clones of everyone else. It felt nostalgic almost, and in a way, the retro futurism theme stays alive in those emotions it invokes out of you. It's clever. I just want to point out that Kep1er planned a fan meeting. Or concert? Either one. during this comeback named kep1er's. I'm only mentioning it because I am in tears that the fan meeting has a better logo than their actual group one. At what point do we change it? Finally, we retrieved the K concept and my breath had been taken away. The colors, the styling, the coloring, the small yet impactful set pieces. They were all here and ready to be kep1er's best. I adore the first set. It reminds me of Jack Henry's photography style, that very sleek editorial, Y2K feel, which is the same style NCT 127's Two Baddies goes for as well. I do wish they would have planned it out better as far as the social media aspect goes. Making 3 girls share one color is smart, but it leaves the Instagram grid feeling a bit unbalanced when it's evidence that Cheon having a blue background would have completed the star angle started from Sayatdong at top, Yeonjun at the bottom and Hikaru to the left. This feels like something they probably realized a bit too late, as I notice even Baha Daeyeon and Mashiro make a diagonal cross with their yellow backgrounds. Still, I applaud them for their effort. Great execution. Where I begin to side-eye is with the second set of the K photos. I mean, come on, we were doing so well, why did we revert back to the foolish generic empty background shit? It doesn't look mysterious or cool, it just looks like you ran out of money. It makes me cry too because this second set didn't even need to be included, like first pictures were fine on its own. I don't think anyone would have rioted if the second set were left out this time around. Still, the unit group pictures for this concept are fabulous and left me smiling satisfied in the final result. The final group shots could have definitely been better in terms of posing, but I fear at this point I need to take what I get when it comes to kep1er, and in their defense, what I got was leagues better than their previous works. I will say though that the layout editing was unnecessary and added pretty much nothing to the photos other than being an identifier for the individual ones. I dislike it. I spoke about this in my Q&A video, but it's a real pet peeve to me when creative teams don't understand when and when not to add on additional graphics to concept pictures. This was a more interesting way to showcase the technical information that is typically slapped on concept photos, but I just don't feel like it's necessary. Especially as the names are so tiny on the pictures that no one is actually looking at it, or they're squinting at the bottom to see who is who. I'd vote to just take it out altogether. The pictures are pretty enough and each post identifies each member well. It wasn't needed. Speaking of the additional graphics though, I will say that I did enjoy the typography this time around. They're slowly getting better. Ups and Dubast's logo was a good sign, but then they fell off hard with their Japanese ones. This comeback was treated to some freebies with retro gaming, arcade classic regular, and distortion of the brain and mind for the main logo. The stars froze are a creative decision that's not really up my alley, but still creative choice nonetheless. The 8-bit fonts really enhance the digital feel that they're going for well. The highlight medley was as predicted, a Windows 64 style of layout with pop-up windows and whatnot. Pretty standard, has been done before, but that's fine. They had already showcased some creative liberty with the promotional content earlier with Who's Your Hero? So they didn't need to exceed any expectations in this department. It's fun and engaging, which is what all highlight medleys should strive to be. I'm not going to speak on that Powerpuff Girls rip-off Captain Heroes that they got going on over there. In fact, I'm purposely turning my entire head in order to not see it, not acknowledge it, and forget it exists by time I'm done typing this sentence. The final promotional material we receive is the mood film, which I can say, by landslide, is easily one of the worst mood films I have ever seen. Like, wow. What's that shit you be saying? Who ordered the poo-poo platter? I don't know how to explain this to their team, but the mood film, or in other words, mood sampler, is supposed to match the visuals and or be used for the album. This for some reason is solely for the title track, and the concept conveyed in the videos do not match this weird rock sound we're hearing. Not to mention the random cuts in between before they had you with the slow-mo of the members, like it was not eating whatsoever. Then they gon' have Mashiro walk off like they done did something like girl no, that sucked ass. The album packaging is a fucking banger, definitely the best thing of the comeback. As I'm writing this before the official release, I haven't seen the other content, but I'm giving them 10s across the board for simply implementing the concept in the album packaging itself, and the design is really nice. Seriously, miles ahead of their previous works. It even has me considering picking up the K version. I'll see. Music video. Finally we have the music video. First of all, don't you bitches ever waste my time like that again. I was looking around so bad when the music video started with a montage cause literally you a kep1er. You're not Luna. You're not WJSN. You're not even ISPA. You're nobody important. Why you got me waiting around. Start the damn music video. Then for this montage to have not a single damn thing to do with the rest of the music video, like it did not affect the plot whatsoever. We could have just started when the music began, ladies. I just wanna say, and I know it's messy to say it, but Bahai saying here we go before dropping down so Daeon is in the center has legitimately got me in tears, like the company is not hiding who they want you to focus on whatsoever. I had to pause the music video for a few moments cause that shit had tears running down my face. Speaking of Bahai, yeah, I gotta whack her a bit. See, I try to keep my mouth closed about this little girl cause her fans lack all amount of self-awareness, but when her performance is impacting the visual work, you gon' hear my mouth run, I don't care. She looks so goddamn bored during her scenes, like, I was yelling at the screen begging her to emote. It ruined it for me 100%, they should have given her another role for sure. Hikari scenes are literally a straight rip off of Yoo Jung's scenes from Crush. We see who was on the mood board girl. I think even the song's structure for the rap is the same, but I could be wrong. Mashiro and Yeso managed to have the worst scenes, and that's saying something when Bahai was doing absolute nonsense in hers. I just don't understand why Mashiro is fixing something like for a teaser. This could be cute, but babe, this is a music video. We need action and movement, all of which is not happening in her boring ass role. Yeso's scene is so dumb because what exactly is her role? Is she the lookout? Nigga, she cannot see what's going on behind her, like I'm crying. But I will give her this, she pulled that off nicely. Love her little spunky attitude, like every time she came on the screen, she was gone give her all. We freaking love you, Yeso. Yujin on a motorcycle, let's stop doing this please. Like Jonaeon's I Can't Stop Me scene, this scene and Tunes Run 2 you had the same exact feel. The editing looks so damn bad, let's hang it up. Then we have Xiaoding's scene. I like how they referenced her culture in this, but once again, girl, this is not the music video for this. Also, the lighting in her scene throws off the rest of the music video, leaving it to feel like an incohesive mess in my opinion. I do like that they tried something different though, like it's cute that she's stretching while singing or whatever. Chahan behind a tank, girl I'm bored. But once again, like Yeso, her facial expressions really sold it. Honestly, that was the most consistent compliment I had for the entire group except Bahai, which is why I even pointed her out in the beginning. I feel like they've all improved so much on their facial expressions except her. All she knows is happy smile and blank stare. It throws off the whole vibe when she's on the screen because she doesn't seem invested in what's going on around her. Like even Yeonjun was giving me something to work with, and I feel like out of all of them, she always gave blank stare, so I was shocked. I hate that the group scenes were only the dance scenes, because if this is a spy mission that means at some point they should all be together, like Weki Meki did this much better with Crush, not to mention, Crush's concept actually had a clever message. Here it just feels like a low-budget action movie with no real payoff. A true waste of the concept and a truly terrible way to end off an era that felt promising. Also, for all the talks about the company pushing Daeon and snubbing Bahai, I honestly didn't feel like that watching this music video. Like, other than the first mentioned part, I feel like Bahai got her just like her scene was a chunk in my face. But maybe that's just me. I'll talk about the music here for a bit. I'll be honest, I really didn't hate the title track. Like, I got the vision, I don't know. I just think they suck at singing. Like, if Weki Meki had this, I would have ate this shit up without a doubt. It's not even about the chorus either, it's honestly the verses. Like, they sing with no emotion whatsoever, so it's like, Blake, can we, I don't know, throw on a Sissa accent or something? Make this shit a little interesting. I probably won't stream, but that's because I just don't stream kep1er in general. Lion Tamer was nice. I wish the chorus went on for a bit more, like I was expecting something explosive cause I thought it was building up. I liked it still. Downtown was really good, feels like one of their best, but once again, I don't listen to kep1er to know if that's a popular opinion. I like the smooth R&B sound here. Dreams is so good as well. Overall, I really enjoyed the music. I normally don't include talks of music, but this album genuinely surprised me with how good it was, so I thought it would be a good positive note to end on. kep1er's Troubleshooter. Retro futurism. Vaporwave. Cyberpunk. How did you feel about kep1er's art direction this era? Have you felt like they've improved, or does it just feel like a weki meki print and copy? Let me know. Love you, strawbesties. See you on my Illustrafilm video. Bye.
Who fuck is this?
You're a funny morals from Kate.
It's over. That's it, okay? That's all I gotta say.